Wednesday.
Whoa, man. That was what? She, okay, okay, yeah. That's enough of that. What's up, guys? Don't ever watch Adventure Time. Don't ever watch Adventure Time. So the topic of the discussion today. The topic of the topic of the discussion today is friends. Topic of discussion today is friends because, well, I like friends. I don't know if you like friends, but I like friends. Really nice people. Really nice people. And fact of the matter is that your social interactions with people, they tend to grow, and when they mature with them, you become close individuals. And today the topic of discussion is the aspects of being a good friend. We have our typical situation where we're all good friends, and everything is perfectly okay. We don't go outside of the boundaries of being a friend, and we hang, and we do things for each other. And when push comes to shove, I'm going to be there 10 steps behind you because some dudes are just jackasses, and that is the most efficient way for me to stalk you without actually getting in the way of your life. Sarcasm. But the point of the matter is that I'm going to be there to back you for whatever you need to do, and I'm going to support those guys yelling outside of my room, interrupting my video. It's because I am in I am in complete cohesiveness with the pursuit of happiness. If it be that you need to be happy, then I will ensure that by any means, even if it comes to me being, dissatisfied myself, because I know that's what it takes to be a good friend. A good friend as a guy, I'm always going to be there for you, even if you are hitting on me, because I have no thing against homosexuals. Homosexuals are perfectly good people. Because you like men does not make you a douchebag. I mean, actually, being a person that likes girls makes you more of a douchebag because, well, have you seen the people that actually date girls? It's ridiculous. I mean, these guys are 60% douchebag, 40% water. But yeah, and then and then if there is but for when it comes to guys, we're going to back each other with their decisions no matter what, even if they don't necessarily coincide with ours. But we will give them our opinion. But I mean, we're just like anybody else. I mean, if I'm your friend and the guy down there, if we ever give you a warning, it's going to be of the same effect. It's only as much as you're going to put into consideration for yourself and act on it. So I mean, I can only be there to warn you. I can't give you all the. I can't make you do something. I can't say, bro, you need to stop smoking. And every time that you start smoking, take the cigarette out of your mouth. And you may want to actually stop smoking, or you may not want to stop smoking, but and then not act on it. But that really that action phase is none of that has nothing to do with me. But and then there's people of the female persuasion. You guys are going to be always confusing to us, whether we are your friends or your romantic encounter. So, being the case, and they should be romantic encounters at this age, nothing should be set in stone. As far as I'm concerned, when it comes to like women at my age, things are extremely temporary. I mean, we're talking about relationships that last for maybe 2 years. If they extend beyond that, that's great. But if you get married to a person that you've met in either teenage to yet maybe to a young adult phase, there's a very low chance that you can actually stick with them. And A lot of I it's safe to say that a lot of young African Americans get into that situation. I'm not going to put it across the entire situation. It's just what I know. I mean, I know my dad in that instance, and I know my mother in that instance. I mean, I don't know exactly the age that they were, but they weren't married. They weren't, necessarily a a married couple, and that's a bad thing, especially when you're conceiving a child. So you want to keep in mind these things that you have or feelings that you have for the opposite gender. And so, but but the main point of the matter is that if there's also a situation where you're a guy and you have a friend that you like that's a girl, that's great, that's fine. But the fact of the matter is that if you are a guy, let me tell you right now, it's one of the harder situations. And you're going, if you do get friend zone, you should be able to cope with it. And you know that because hell, at my campus there's 60% women. I mean, I don't, I'm not really caring about that kind of thing. And I'm not going to get all personal and yeah, yeah, let's do this. No, no. But I'm gonna be flat out with you. Um, the fact of the matter is that you can't go beyond a certain point with your friends. I mean, let's just say this. If it gets before the point that, you guys start talking about what you have in common with other people and, dating other people, and, it's officially hit that point where you can't go any further than being, just a friend. And sometimes it's sad, but if you are placed in that position, you should know you have to cut contact with them because it's not going to end up positively for either of you. You're going to either that person is going to feel obligated to suit your needs of being sad because you are going to be sad because she's obviously dating other guys and you're not going to like that. I mean, she went up to you and said, "I had sex with that guy. It was really great." And you liked her, that kind of crushes things. I mean, it's like it's a tough situation. Let me be honest with you. And then you're prompted with the situation of being in that area with them while they're in this situation with their significant other. If you still like them and they're in the area with a significant other, that puts a tense situation between two males in the room. You don't want that either. So I mean, the easiest way for either of you to feel good is just to let it go. You have to gradually, not immediately, lose contact with them, but it's something that's needed. You know, some may not understand that at first, but it's something that has to happen. And it goes across all spectrums. It doesn't matter what the situation is. I mean, maybe you'll end up liking each other after a long time, after you all progressed as a person. But the fact of the matter is that as it stands, if you stay in contact with the person, you're going to feel depressed. So you have to cut it off in the immediate nature. Um, As for being, and if you're being too pushy, if you think that tenacity is going to get you anywhere, that's not going to help it at all. Actually, it's going to make it worse. Like I said, it's either going to make her feel obligated, or it's going to put that image on you amongst all of the people around you, including all the other females, that you are not necessarily in your right mind, and you don't want that. I mean, I'm pretty sure if you're competent and you think well and you go and you eat 3 meals a day and you don't take a shit upside down and you're not participating in things of the two girls, one cup nature, I'm pretty sure that you're a normal person. It's just, that is not acceptable in certain standards. if you decide to be friends with her still, just know that there's going to be a lot of turmoil inside yourself, and you can't reveal that to that person. If you decide to be friends with her, it's going to put a lot of stress on you mentally. And if you tell her this, she's not going to want to be friends with you anymore. So if you feel as though you want to be friends with her, then go ahead, be my guest. But it's not going to end well for you or her if you end up telling her about the situation. And I mean, especially if you seem depressed, she's gonna be concerned because she's your friend, and that's the way she sees it at least. And because she's your friend, you can't risk that situation. So